मैंने अच्छा मैं कर क्या है
लेक्चर में लिंक क्रिया थोड़ी छूट जाती है।
लाइव लाइव
हैं?
लेक्चर ले जा रहा हूँ मैं हो क्या है भैया
अच्छा।
अभी भी गया था So, dear students, good morning. I think I'm audible to everybody. In 122 class, only 35 of you have joined. I don't know what is the reason behind it. Why students are not joining the class? Why your attendance is so short? Only 35 to 40 people are joining me. Yesterday, around 70 students have joined the class, and rest 50 they missed the class. So the now strength is 36. So we start with the short recap what we discussed yesterday. I was discussing about the process of the research or research process. If you have any kind of the confusion or doubts or any of the question you do have, you please ask me in the live chat. I'm reading your live chat and I will answer you. Okay. So students, we were discussing about the research process or process of research. Means what are the different steps that we have to opt when where we are interested to do any kind of the research. So whatever steps I told you that maybe that doesn't make sense. That means it is not compulsory that all the steps will be in the same order. The order may uh, change their positions also. Okay, but and it doesn't mean that all the 11 steps one have to follow. The order, whatever steps are there, they may be reordered, and their steps may be increased or decreased as per depends on the kind of the research you are pursuing. So what are the different steps that one should take care? The number one was formulating the research problem that I already told you, that whenever you want to conduct any kind of research, definitely your first step should be what kind of the research you want to conduct. What is your perspective topic? So how to finalize your topic? Definitely, once any idea comes in your mind, you can talk to your colleagues, you can discuss with your colleagues, or if you are in the college, you can discuss with your guide or any professor. They are working since many years in this particular field, so they may encourage you, they may give you some honest suggestion that whatever research you are planning for, whether that is will be executable or not, is it possible or not, right? So once you discuss with your professor or with your colleagues, you finalize the topic, means you have formulated the research problem. In short, I am doing the revision so that those who have missed yesterday's class, they can understand the concept. So once your topic is final, then you should go for the extensive literature survey. Lot of examples I gave yesterday. Literature survey means whatever research papers or review articles or short communication or book, whatever literature is available till dated, you have to analyze them, you have to read them, right? Then only you will come to know that how much research have been done till dated on that particular topic. Yesterday I gave the example. Suppose now we are using we are daily generating the e-waste, means our mobile phone, our laptop, our computer, our TV, all items, whatever being old, we scrap them. But suppose we don't have the technology, by using that particular technology, we can extract all the elements and we can recycle them. So suppose any engineer or any environmental scientist, he is planning to develop some methodology so that we can extract the material from the e-waste. So obviously, whatever research have been done till dated, for that one he or she have to go for the literature survey, means you have to search the research paper or review article or research communication or any book. Then only he or she will come to know that how much research have been done on this particular topic, and whatever work have been done previously, what is lacking there, so that how you can do something new, what you can contribute in that particular concept, that you will come to know that through the extensive literature survey. So literature survey is very, very important. And yesterday I gave a lot of examples. Suppose one more example, I think you know about, since you people are the students of microbiology. So you have studied one in chemistry, the metallurgy. Metallurgy means once ores are there, no, ores means ayask. Ayask in Hindi we'll call it ayask. From ayask we extract the metal, like iron. Iron is extracted from bauxite. पता मुझे ज्यादा पता नहीं केमिस्ट्री के बारे में। तो वो जो हम माइनिंग करते हैं उसमें से हम कलेक्ट करते हैं, जस्ट लाइक गोल्ड, गोल्ड माइनिंग, राइट। सो गोल्ड भी भाई कहीं से होता होगा, फिर उसको प्योर किया जाता होगा। So for the metallurgy, I think you have gone in 11th, 12th. There is many methods to recover the metals. Lot of process was there, but none of the process was 100% efficient. That 100% metal you will extract from any kind of the ore, right? So suppose you are working with the one concept is there that is known as biomining. Biomining means with the help of bacteria, if you can accumulate the metals, like biomining, like gold mining, right? Right, where you can extract the gold by with the help of the bacteria. So any kind of the research in microbiology, if you propose, you formulate your research problem, then you go for the extensive literature survey, then you will come to know what are the different scientists who are working in the same field, what they have done till date, and what you can do, which will be a novelty will be there, what will be new. Okay, then formulating the research problem. I think here the mistake in the copy paste. Okay, extensive literature survey, the development of the working hypothesis. So there should be the at the position number 3, there should be the development of the working hypothesis. So development of the working hypothesis means before you start to work, some idea should be there in your mind that what is the expected outcome, what will be the expected outcome of your research. So whatever you are expecting, that is either going to be right or will be wrong. All right, and whether whatever idea you are proposing that is right or wrong, how you will prove that? Once you will end up your research problem, once you will end up your research process, then only it will be, you will come to know that whatever research you were proposing, whatever hypothesis you were proposed, that was right or wrong. So that is at the position number 3, that was I told you about the development of the working hypothesis. Then we discuss about the, I discuss about the preparing of the research design. Preparing of the research design means very simple. To achieve your goal means whatever research you are planning for, what are the different steps, how you will achieve that, right? Say for the vaccination, just vaccination, you know, once vaccination came and the vaccine was developed and that was approved by government of India, now it is available for the public. Now it is the big challenge before the government, big challenge, that we have 130 crore peoples, how to vaccinate. This is the big problem. So they have done, the government done the research, how we can vaccinate all the people so that everybody get the vaccination and there should not be any kind of the clashes between the people. So, okay, he have got, I did not got. So made the plan. So the government made the plan. Means first senior citizens will get. Once all the senior citizens get vaccinated, then the frontline workers who are more than 45-year-old or the person who is suffering from serious illness. Likewise, step by step process, if it is executed very smoothly, then target will be achieved. Means this example I gave only so that you can think of, once you have any kind of the problem, you have to do detailed planning how you will achieve that particular goal. This is very generalized kind of the steps. Whatever steps I am telling you, that may be applicable over science, technology, pharmacy, social science, and for all. So if you are working in the laboratory, you are being a microbiologist, definitely you have to plan your work as per your need, and the person who is working with the business management, he or she have to plan according to their problem. Is it making the sense? So this means the research problem having been formulated in clear-cut term, the researcher will be required to prepare a research design. The preparation of the research design appropriate for a particular research problem involve usually the consideration of the following. What consideration you have to, what design you have to make? Number one, the means of obtaining the information. Obviously, how you will collect the data. Means you will conduct any kind of the laboratory experiment in your laboratory, or you will go for the survey, or you will go for the census, or you will go for any kind of other means of collection of the data, or you will interview someone to get the data. The availability and skills of the researcher and his staff. Then one more very important thing means whatever data have been collected or whatever data you are planning for to collect, whether the instrument to, if in the, specifically in the life sciences, whatever you want to do, whether the instrument, the concerned instrument, with the help of that we are going to set up an experiment is available or not, that you have to assess, right? Means if you don't have the experiment to do the same thing, then how you will do that? And obviously the staff in your laboratory, whether they are skilled or not, they know how to operate that particular system or not. So if it is not, you can outsource, or if it is available in your laboratory, you can do it. Number three, explanation of the way in which selected means of obtaining information will be organized and the reasoning leading to the selection, the time available for research, and means many more things you have to take care, like how much time you have to achieve your goal, and how you will, whatever data have been collected, how you are going to organize it and analyze it. And in last, the cost factor relating to research means how much money you are going to invest in your research. That is the finance available for the purpose. There is a lot of agencies are there in India and in abroad also, in different countries they have the funding agencies. Suppose in India we have UGC, University Grant Commission, we have DBT, Department of Biotechnology, we have DST, Department of Science and Technology. At the state level we have GSBTM, Gujarat State Biotechnology Mission, we have GUJCO, we have a lot of departments in India, and in different states. Like Ideathon is organized in Gujarat, right? Hackathon is organized in Gujarat. So that idea comes in public domain, those and people can do the research so that we can improve the lifestyle of the people and we can solve the burning issues of our society, right? So suppose you have got an idea, so you can put forward your idea to the funding agency that this is the topic and this is my specialization, I want to pursue the research on this particular topic, so please provide us the fund. So based on your idea and based on the resources needed, funding agencies will be providing your the data, the money and all, with certain terms and conditions. At the end of that, you have to prepare the report and submit to them. Meanwhile, what is the progress of your research? You have to go and present them that this is the timeline. Suppose 5 year you asked from funding agency that in 5 years this is the timeline. Up to 1 year I will do this. 1 to 2 year I will do this. So likewise you have to give the regular presentation to the funding agency, so they can be assured that whatever money there is a taxpayer money that is being utilized in the right way. All right. So preparing the research design, that was the step number 4. Up to this step we have discussed yesterday. So there is a short revision. I hope you are getting the things. If you have any kind of the doubt, you please may ask in the live chat session. I'm watching live chat session in the my mobile phone. So if you have any kind of the doubt, I will be happy to answer you. But no call or something, you have to type in the live chat. Now determining the sample size, sample design. What does it mean? It means, let me give you one very simple example. Suppose the vaccine, right? The two vaccines in India, like Covaxin and Covishield, right? So government, before the government give the permission to the any company or any research organization to sell that vaccine in the market, government want to be very sure that whether the proposed vaccine is effective or not, number one. And more than that, government want to be very sure that whether that particular vaccine or medicine have any side effect or not. So in the proof of that the vaccine made by any company is safe, company have to give the proof to the scientist that whatever vaccine they have developed, that if people are going to be vaccinated, they will not face any kind of the side effect or serious illness. So what do you think? Now everybody during the lockdown, now everybody knows about the clinical trial. Now everybody knows about the clinical trial, what clinical trial is all about. All right. So in the clinical trial, how one company can prove that their vaccine is safe? Definitely, if that company give the vaccination to all the 700 crore people of the world, then it will be proved that the vaccine is safe. But do you think it is possible that if company gives the vaccine to all the 700 crore people of the world, then who is going to buy the vaccine? Then what is the meaning to take the permission to sell that particular vaccine in the market? Obviously, any company is not going to waste such type of money. And definitely it is to vaccinate 700 crore people and to record their responses. Again, it is next to impossible. So what we can do from the population of 700 crore, we can select some sample. Means we conduct the clinical trial, vaccinate to the clinical trial people, those who are means admitted in the clinical trial, and that you can give the vaccine to those people, and whatever the result comes, that you can impose over the population, and you can company claims that the vaccine is side effect free, and that proof should be submitted to the government, and on the basis of that government give the what permission that okay, now your vaccine can be sold in the market. So how much sample, like 700 crore people are there, how many sample you will require to justify your population size? That is known as determination of the sample design. That you will read how to collect the sample, and how many sample you need for a kind of the research, that you will learn in your higher classes. But as of now, I am telling you to conduct the clinical trial, at least I'm telling you, whenever the population size is so large, so much, at least 385 sample you take, at least 385 sample you take. If you take more than that, that will be good. So at least 385 sample should be required for any company to conduct the clinical trial. 385. So again, it depends that how many samples you have to take. That depends on the size of the population. If you have any question, please may ask. Now collecting the data. Collecting the data means what? Now you have selected the sample. Now how will you collect the data? See, collection of the data, since I am teaching you in very general, I told you many times, that may be whatever I'm teaching you, that may be applicable on the science, may be applicable on the arts, may be applicable on the business, may be applicable on the pharmacy. So it depends how you are going to collect the data. Suppose you people are the microbiologists, so definitely you are not going to conduct any kind of the survey or census or interviews and all. Definitely you have to conduct some experiments. So once you do your experiments in the laboratory, you can collect your data. Very simple. The person who is with the social sciences, they have to go for the personal interview or observation or telephone interview, or you are mailing them questionnaire. I can take the interview of the people by taking the scheduled appointment, right? So the researcher should select one of these methods of collecting the data, taking into consideration the nature of the investigation, objective and scope of the inquiry, financial resources available time, and the desired degree of accuracy. All right. So this is a very kind of the term that is collecting the data for each and every researcher. The method will be different. Some will conduct the experiment in the lab. Maybe people have to go for interview to the people have to ask them by mail, means what do you think about this particular issue. Yesterday I gave the example. Suppose someone is conducting an social science kind of the research, like take any the director, very famous director, take any very famous director, and whatever movie they have made, that you have to study what is the impact of that movies on the society. So obviously for that one, no one can conduct any kind of the experiment in the laboratory. The researcher have to visit person to person and they have to ask what you learn from that particular movie. Does after watching the movie your perception have been changed for any particular topic? So that all kind of the responses you can collect from the people. Once you have decided that how many number of sample you have to take. I'm not getting any question from the live chat. Did you understand everything? You can give your responses. Are you getting the things what I am trying to convey? And the voice quality and everything is clear? Today again only 70, around approximate 70 students are joining the class. Believe me, once I will go for awarding the internal marks, your attendance matters a lot. Based on your attendance, you will be given the internal marks. And many people are worrying for the internal practical and all. So let me finish the theory first, then I will do it. That none of your problem. I will take your regular classes and accordingly whatever the practicals are there, that I will instruct you how to do that. Don't worry. Prinsititala, Prinsititala, Riva Keshwala, Forum Lakkar, thank you. So collecting the data. Thank you, Bacho. So collecting the data. Today I will forward this PPT to you, or else once the lecture will be over, I will forward this PPT in your group. You do read it. Very simple, in very simple language. I have written it here, everything. So you will be able to understand each and every points. Now, 7, execution of the project. Execution of the project means what? Once you have collected everything, every steps have been done. Now you have collected the data from the laboratory or by the interviews or by other means. Then you can do all the calculations. Now here you can calculate, right? You can conclude. So the researchers should see the project is executed in a systematic manner and in time. If the survey is to be conducted by means of a structured questionnaire, data can be readily machine processed. Means if whatever data you have collected, that is very structured, fixed pattern is there, everything that can be machine, means with the help of the software that can be processed. And the survey is under statistical control, so that the collected information is in accordance with the predefined standard of accuracy. If some of the respondents do not cooperate, some suitable method should be designed to tackle the problem. Means what I want to say here, that once your data, suppose any particular form have been given to you. So any you are being selected as a sample, right? And any company is conducting any kind of the research. They have given the form that you have to read that question, just like in the in Virani, in Atmiya. At the end of the every semester, Ravi sir or any other teacher instruct you that you gather in this particular classroom in any computer room, and your feedback will be recorded. So in feedback session, what happened? There is the set of questionnaire. Questions are there, no? And in that question, you cannot write anything from your side. That is well written. Okay, how's the behavior of the teachers? How's the skill of the teachers? How's they are teaching in the class? You have to give the ranking in the 1 to 5, right? If anyone to put the as 6, or anyone to want to put 0, so that option is not there, right? So everything, the responses limitations have been set, and everything is available. You have to select from that only. So that is known as structured, well structured feedback, or well structured data. So if once the data is well structured, then directly that data can be passed in any statistical software, and that can be processed. But if data is not processed well, the data is random, in that case, you have to manually process it, or you have to give the special attention to deal with that particular data. So this is known as execution of the project. All right. For attendance, okay. So for attendance, many people are asking, what about the attendance? For attendance, I am making it open now. I'm keeping it open. Let me give me some minutes. So take 5 minutes. It's 11:31 in my watch. 11:36. It will be closed. So again, I will start taking your lecture at 11:36. Take 5 minutes to fill your attendance. Okay, 11:36. So your attendance will be recorded within this 5 minutes. Take your time. You can fill your attendance. Then I will again start. 11:36. I will start. So you have 5 minutes. Give your attendance. Link is given in your description group description. Few people are asking where to give the attendance. Attendance link have been given in your WhatsApp group description. One minute more. I'm going to close the session. Close the attendance link. I hope each of you have given your attendance. Someone is asking the question in the WhatsApp. Okay. So I think attendance of everybody have been done. So I will close the accepting responses. Okay, take 2 minutes, but we'll start reading. So execution of the project. Execution of the project, I told you, because you have collected the data from the different resources. Now you can go for the calculations. Whatever data if you have collected that was well structured, then without any kind of limitation, it can be passed into concerned statistical software, and you will be able to interpret your result. You will get your result. That you have reached up to by step number 7, and that is known as the execution of the project. Once you have executed the project, whatever result you got, now you can go for the analysis of the data. Means whatever result you got, that you can analyze. Say for example, government is conducting the census. तो गवर्नमेंट जनगणना आपने नाम सुना होगा, दैट एवरी 10th ईयर एक लोगों की काउंटिंग कराती है गवर्नमेंट. Government goes for census, that is known as जनगणना. So whatever government employees are there, they visit door to door and they collect the responses from people, that how many family members are there, in a particular home, what are their age group, what is their educational background, what are their religion, whatever there is caste, right? All the data they collect and they process in the software, and accordingly they can analyze that how many males are there, how many females are there, what is the literacy rate, what is the population increasing rate, right? Whatever the poverty, that how much people are on an average earning per month or per year. So that all the data one can analyze. Likewise, once you are doing any in your suppose the clinical trial one, no, I told you the clinical trial. So clinical trial data, if someone got the vaccination, then obviously researcher will monitor their health, that how they do feel after getting the vaccination. Maybe someone started itching in their skin. Maybe someone started sneezing. Maybe someone started getting headache. Right. So all the responses of the samples will be analyzed, and suppose out of 1,000 sample, one or two people started sneezing. So what conclusion we should make? What conclusion research can make? Whether that particular vaccine has a side effect or not. If it is not, then definitely no one should sneeze and no one should feel the headache. But if out of 1,000, one or two people are sneezing or they claiming that they're facing the headache, then we can neglect it. So what conclusion we can make, that depends over the analysis of the data. So after the data have been collected, the researcher turned to the task of analyzing them. The analysis of data required a number of closely related operations, such as the establishment of the categories, the application of these categories to raw data through coding, tabulation, and the drawing statistical inference. A lot of statistical methods you also have to apply to use computers. Computers not only save time but also make it possible to study a large number of variables affecting a problem simultaneously. The researcher can analyze the collected data with the help of various statistical measures. If you guys have any kind of the problem in understanding the language, you can let me know. I can explain in Hindi also. That's not a problem. ગુજરાતી એટલી મને આવડતી નથી કે હું તમે ભણાવી શકું, પણ આવડે છે થોડું. તો તમે હું ગુજરાતીમાં એક્સપ્લેન કરી શકું છું, ઇંગ્લિશમાં કરી શકું છું ને હિન્દીમાં કરી શકું છું. તમારે લોકો કમ્ફર્ટેબલ છે ઇંગ્લિશ? ઇંગ્લિશમાં બધાએ કમ્ફર્ટેબલ છો? Okay, bachcho. So analysis of data, and once everybody have given the attendance, now the previously 70 students was there, now it is only 40. No problem. So analysis of the data. Now come to the 9. Step number 9. Step number 9 is the hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing means whatever hypothesis you propose, whatever hypothesis you frame, that after your result, what is the expected answer? Now this is the time that based on the result and result analysis, whether whatever objective you have put it, whatever hypothesis is framed, that is accepted or rejected. Means whatever you thought before the research, that is whatever result you got right now, is that is matching or mismatching. That is known as hypothesis testing. Means your hypothesis is accepted or it is rejected. So that comes at the step number 9. So the hypothesis may be tested through the use of one or more of such tests, depending upon the nature and object of the research inquiry. Hypothesis testing will result in either accepting the hypothesis or in rejecting it. Means whatever vaccination vaccine, you were checking that whether it is effective or not. So one hypothesis will be what? The vaccine is effective and vaccine is not effective. So 2 out of 2, only one you will accept and then you will reject. Okay, this vaccine don't have any serious side effect. 10. Generalization and interpretation. Now you can, since your data is very specific, you can generalize it. If a hypothesis is that means, say, the normal person is not concerned that how many people were included in the sample, right? What kind of the statistical method you applied, what software you used, right? Whatever null hypothesis you framed, the common public, common people don't have any concern about them. Just simply you have to declare, okay, this vaccine is safe. That's all for the, and all the parameters we have taken care of. That is known as generalization and interpretation. Whatever the things in the background, you don't have to tell them to everybody in detail, because once we will start discussing about the statistics, who will understand it? Obviously, very few people will understand it. So once we will make it generalization and interpretation, just like it, let me take you a very funny example. 1 or 2 years before, there is the large coverage in media that from the Gir cow urine, Gir cow, I think you might have heard the news, or you might have watched the news, the television also, that the researchers from the Junagadh Agriculture University, they uh, what they did, they isolated the gold particles from the cow urine and cow milk. So there is the hype in the media that now from the Gir cow one can isolate the gold, and in future people will from the dairy industry gold also will come. That is the hype actually, but that was the generalization that gold particles are present in the cow milk. None of the media shows that which type of method they use, what are the protocols, whatever the statistical method they use to prove their hypothesis. So just simply said that gold particles are present in the cow milk. That is known as, students, the generalization and interpretation, so that a normal person can understand your research. Okay. So if a hypothesis is tested and upheld several times, it may be possible for the researcher to arrive at a generalization. The real value of research lies in its ability to arrive at certain generalization. If the researcher had no hypothesis to start with, he might seek to explain his finding on the basis of theory. It is known as interpretation. The process of interpretation may quite often trigger a new question, which in turn may lead to further researches. If any question have been unsolved, so that by taking that things and further research can be done on that particular topic. Now, preparation of the report or the thesis. If your research is associated with your academics, means you are doing your dissertation for the partial fulfillment to get the degree of UG or PG or PhD, then what you have to do, you have to prepare the report or the thesis in a particular format being provided by your university. Or if I am the researcher, I am the scientist who have taken the money from any funding agency, then I have to prepare the report, and in that particular format I have to present before the agency. So there is a lot of what is the ideal thesis, what are the different components of the thesis. It will take another half an hour. So what we can do, will further proceed with the chapter number, I mean the point number 11, the preparation of the report or the thesis, and tomorrow I will show you one research paper also, so that you will come to know that what are the different components in the research paper or in the thesis. So for today, I think it's enough from my side. We'll see you tomorrow at the same time, and we'll discuss in detail the point number 11, that is preparation of the report or the thesis. One appeal I want to make you guys: once you people are offline face to face in the university, several times in almost all the classes, I appeal to students, please wear your mask once you go in the public places, because you people are the microbiologists. You, if you don't understand, then who will understand? So our expectation with you, that you take the social responsibility, wear the mask, use the sanitizer, because you people are the microbiologists. You have to make aware to others. Be safe, because the cases of corona is increasing day by day, and we'll see you very soon after 10th if everything is in well in the classroom. And tomorrow we'll see how we can go for the preparation of the report or the thesis. So join me tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Till then, take care. Have a nice day. You may leave now. Bye.